Hey guys, it's Davey here, and it's currently day 136. I hope you guys had an amazing day, and I do hope you guys are doing better than yesterday. But me, myself, I'm doing pretty relatively good. And that is because I feel like I am recovering. I'm recovered from my damage, my mental and physical damage I had done to my health for the bad behaviors I had participated in for the past few days. Now, that being said, it is all water under the bridge now. I'm finally being able to stay focused and just produce some work. Although I try to work, I try to stay on task, it has been very difficult for me being in a withdrawal state, being in a depressed state, as you may say. So today I just been feeling good. The work I have done today was amazing, was fantastic. And just me functioning day to day now is just been wonderful. So obviously this is the result of me doing the right thing, staying on task, working towards my purpose, working towards my passion, and not because of me devoting in instant gratification. Now, the thing I learned with instant gratification is give in to temptation and our desires because we simply only choose to think about the best, about the good experience we had when we gave in to instant gratifications. We seldom think about the worst case scenario. We seldom think about what was it that happened to me last time that made me choose to stop doing it. But here I am thinking about it, doing it again. It is simply because we avoid thinking about the bad experience we had. And that is how we always fall back into bad behaviors because we always think that it will be different this time. We always think that this time we won't experience all the lows, but we will only experience the highs. Now, that simply isn't the truth. That simply isn't the truth. And we always fool ourselves this way as to why we always relapse, as to why we always fall back into bad routines, as to why we always fall back into bad behaviors and become the person we totally hate, become the person we condemn. And we know that other people condemn us also. So why it is that we still do it? Why do we still do it? Because we simply have not changed the way we think. We simply have not rewired our way to think before we act. We still think in a way that the result will be different. We still think in a way that this time we won't experience any of the consequences. And anytime, if we view a behavior, if we view a past experience as good, as positive, if we always associate our bad routines, our whatever we do in our life, whatever we associate, if we always associate that thing with a good experience, then we are more likely to repeat it because we trained ourselves that if we do this again, we're going to feel great in life. Now, that may be true for the first few hours, that may be true for the first few days, but you always know that if you do something bad, something very low will hit you. A low will hit you and you will feel shit about life. And then when that period hits you, you're going to remind yourself that this is a shit idea and I won't do it again. But we always do it again because we never started thinking with the worst. We never started to think that why is it that I started to quit? Why is it that I want to get away from doing this again? We never start from the worst case scenario. If we just think backwards, if we don't think about the come up, if we think about the come down, then we are less likely to repeat those mistakes. Then we are less likely to repeat those behaviors. Perhaps for many of you guys, it may be difficult to think about the bad and still not do it again because, well, maybe your life isn't that good at the moment. Maybe your life isn't so much full of purpose. Maybe you don't have any goals. Then create goals. Create goals. Set yourself a mission in life to accomplish because, guys, if you don't have something to look forward to in life, if you don't have something you want to achieve, then we are more than likely easily to get distracted by these temptations, by these desires, by these urges. Because life itself is already tedious. And when life is tedious, we will go to these substances, we will go to these events, we will go to these settings that's going to make us feel just a bit better, to make this dull life just a bit more interesting. So if that is the case, then it is difficult. Then it is difficult to stay away from your bad behaviors. Then it is difficult to stay away from temptation and desire. Because before, I simply did not have a life. Before, I didn't have a purpose. I sit around all day doing shit all. So it was much easier for me to self-sabotage, because when I self-sabotage, my life becomes better. My life becomes better because these substances, the behaviors I participated in, made life just more interesting. I had no responsibilities and I had to be accountable for nothing. But when I found a reason, when I found a mission to accomplish in life, then I managed to stay focused. I managed to give it a reason as to why I shouldn't do the things I do. Yes, I still get fooled a few times. I still make mistakes, but every time I make mistakes, every time I fall back into temptation is because I started with the come up thinking and not the come down. I always started to think about all the good experience I had from participating in this behavior or this substance. I never started with all the bad experience I had afterwards. Just simply rewiring your thinking, just simply changing how you think will result in a different outcome. The reason why changing our thinking alone can result in a different outcome, because changing our thinking results in different circumstances. Changing our thinking results in us being in different environments. But this is all that I want to talk about today. I hope you guys learned something from this, but if not, like always, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. But until then, good night.